Mm.
We are back at it once again with the Takedown Troop, your weekly TNA wrestling. Exactly. I wish it was exciting as that sound. So I'm not going to sugarcoat it, right? So I felt like it was an episode of the Twilight Zone here because I'm like, I feel like we have seen all of this before.
This
Literally
is
last week.
it is the wrestling equivalent of being woken up to Sonny and Cher's "I Got You, Babe," because it's like Groundhog Day all over again.
Oh, absolutely. And are we still going to talk about it? Yeah, well,
Sure.
I mean, it is, yeah, but we're going to do it our way.
Friday night. What the hell else are we gonna do?
Right? We are
Be
the
like
wrestling podcast.
go out and be social with like people? No, come on.
At least not tonight, anyways. No, but we are here like we always do every Friday night. I mean, Will has his comparisons, but because it's also me, this is the wrestling equivalent of Katya and Trixie Mattel, but for wrestling. And welcome to where this is our show and not yours.
Welcome to TN.
Welcome to TN.
TN. Brother, what's that? What's that, brother? Brother.
Oh my goodness, we're gonna have a great time tonight. Listen, TNA is currently has been on the struggle bus for a little bit for quite some time, but we're going to be here. We're breaking down the Thursday, August 13th edition of TNA Wrestling. Lots of new matches made for Lockdown, which is happening next weekend, so that's going to be an interesting.
Which I'm still gonna say, in a post-COVID world, the name of that pay-per-view is problematic as fuck. I'm surprised that not people going like, oh my god, fucking Lockdown again. No, fuck that shit.
Be like, we told you, we're done with it. Oh my goodness. But my name's Mikey. This is Will. Let's get into this, shall we? So
absolutely.
I'm not even gonna lie. When I did the slides for this, I was just like, why do I feel like this is less slides than it normally is? And then I looked at the show, I'm like, well, actually, this pretty much encompasses everything that happened on the show. So in the words of GTA San Andreas, shit, here we go again. All right, let's jump into it because we kick things off with something familiar, but not really different. So in our opening bout, we see Mr. Ricky Sosa taking on Brian Myers of the System with Bear Bronson accompanying him in this. And I'm like, I swear we saw this match last week just with the Leon Slater flavor.
I was thinking about this actually while I was watching this, and I think I've realized the biggest problem with TNA. Okay, I figured it out. I've cracked the code amongst many codes. Every single heel they have is the same. It's the System, it's the Elegance brand, it's Order 4. It's a numbers game. You come in, you wrestle a bit, one of the bad guys interferes, and somebody wins. So it's like that's why it feels so samey, I think. So we're sitting here going like, oh, Ricky Sosa versus Brian Myers, accompanied by Bear Bronson. Wasn't it last week Leon Slater versus Bear Bronson, accompanied by Brian Myers? And it's like, it was literally just like, we're going to switch our System guys and another, black high flyer.
Yeah,
lather,
it is what it is. And any System match goes like this. Match starts, offense to System, offense to Challenger, continued wrestling, commercial break, more wrestling, Oh no, title belt and or distraction. Here
Yep.
comes the baby face. Here comes the other person's baby face friend to save and even the odds. Oh no, Brian Myers loses.
Yeah, it's rerun season, I guess, and like, and it like, well, but that it's not even, well, I don't know, and but it's, that feels like it should be more damning than it is, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like this is like, it's it's like the old adage in wrestling: when you're hot, you can do no wrong; when you're cold, you can do no right.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, TNA is so cold. They are the box of popsicles from last summer that you forgot about at the back of the freezer. Bobby Drake is jealous of how cold they are. Friggin' the Iceman cometh? No, the Iceman emeth here, and he's wrestling in TNA.
So I'm just sitting here and I was just like, this is the rerun match we've seen just with the Ricky Sosa flavor.
Yeah.
So match itself, I was like, it was what it was. Then after the match is where I absolutely had to pause and I had to sit there with myself because I was just like, what the actual hell are we doing with this nonsense? Right. So Cedric Alexander finally gives Leon Slater what he wants, which is a cage match for the X Division Championship at Lockdown. But there is a stipulation that is going to be placed upon Leon Slater. And I sat there like, what's about to happen? Cedric Alexander says that he will give Leon Slater his match. However, the stipulation for this is if Leon loses this match, his X Division Championship reign, which, mind you, is the second longest X Division Championship reign in the history of this company across all iterations, will be erased from TNA history. And I just sat there with, of course, Leon accepting, but I just sat there and I was just like, now, TNA, you have done some crazy ass shit in the last couple of months, you
But
know?
but I draw
But
the line at time paradoxes. You know, it's
sorry, this makes no freaking sense. I was like, what the hell are we doing?
it's like, you will not, like, your record will be stricken from the books. It's like, so what? Like, if someone Wikipedia's Leon Slater now and looks at the numbers of how long he was X Division champ, like, oh no, it's like, we are going, that's the ultimate threat. If I win, if you win, you get your title back. If I win, I'm gonna edit your Wikipedia page.
I'm just sitting here. I'm like, what are we doing, TNA? Oh my gosh! Like, I know, I don't understand. No, I was like, what?
It's just like we're sitting here like Jeremy Culhane as Tucker Carlson. What's going on? What are we doing?
Seriously, I was just like, whatever. And honestly, now I'm just like, I don't even like this match no more because I was just like, I love these two entertainers, but this is dumb. I was like, I will be kind of mad that Cedric loses this title, but I also would be mad with Leon Slater getting his reign erased. So I was just like, and the optics of this is not fun for me too. I was like, why is this happening to two black wrestlers?
Yeah.
About like erasing the title reigns from an already subset of the wrestling, profession that is marginalized as hell anyways. These are not the best optics, TNA.
It's, I don't know. What else can we say about this that hasn't already been said, because we already watched this last week, you know?
Yeah. So again, Leon accepts and we're gonna be sad, and it's gonna be heightened. The level of sadness is gonna depend on what happens at Lockdown next weekend. But let's continue. Gia Miller is with BDE and Rich Homie Swan and asks them who is their mystery partner tonight. And the boys tell them, you'll find out later tonight. Moving on.
Yep. Which I was excited for that at first because I'm like, holy shit, did TNA actually hire someone? Did they sign someone new? Are we getting one of these, WWE cast-offs or like pulling someone up from the indies? Spoiler alert.
And the answer
the answer to both of those is no.
No. And it's bittersweet because I like the person that we did get because we've missed him, but it's not helping with the current landscape of this roster. But let's keep going because the fact that this feud going into Lockdown is getting like the budget in terms of like just doing stuff, I was just like, one, that's insane to me, but I'm also very entertained, I will say.
How do you say it? We are sports entertained here.
We are sports entertained here. Elijah popping up at the studio. I was like, what in the reverse Suge Knight is this?
I am here for the spooky adventures of the love child of Johnny Cash and the Undertaker.
I was just like, I cannot believe this is the feud that's actually getting like sports. I'm entertained with this build. So this is out. This whole entire feud going into Lockdown started because AJ Francis wanted to raise money for his friend Consequence. And so now it is evolved into Elijah pulling a Suge Knight and roll it up on the studio. Like, what is happening? Anyways, I am entertained.
That's what we need. That is the sound. That's the sound clip we need for the soundboard. Is Jeremy Kool-Aid as Tucker Carlson on SNL? What's going on? What are we doing? But
I know
it's this one is very what's going on? What are we doing in the best way possible? Like. I love my spooky wrestling. You know this. It's I am here for the spooky shenanigans. So this the what is it? The drifter, is that what he's calling himself as Elijah? Yeah, no, this spirit of the West on the road kind of ghost character. Yeah, no, this as the kids say, I fucks with it. But yeah,
so I am sports entertained, but yeah. All right, let's keep going though. So after this little segment, we get the face of the franchise speech. And this was Moose parodying Frankie Kazarian. Frankie comes out back and forth, and continuing to build their Escape the Cage match at Lockdown. Okay.
I feel like Moose, you got to work at like I know promos have never been his strongest suit, but like there's got to be like something else that you could have called this besides the face of the franchise. And I know you were going to directly sort of call out Frankie Kazarian on this, but like what could you have called it? Like Moose Talk or like Moose Calls. It's or no. You know what it is? You know what you call it? But you make sure to spell it. You call it Break for Moose. which I realize as a New Englander is more like a joke for us up here, because it's a thing you see on bumper stickers all over New England. It's I break for moose, and it's mainly because if you see a moose, you should brake for it, because if you don't and run into it, you're going to fuck up your car.
So again, just a promo to continue to build up. Moose, we'll talk about you later, what happened to you backstage, because, sir, we need to figure something out. But I'm gonna talk about that and get on you a little bit later, because right now we get into our next match. This is Order 4, or at least, you know, Order 4, being represented by Mustafa Ali, John Skylar, and Agent Zero, taking on Rich Homie Swan, BDE, and we find out that their mystery partner for the evening is a returning from injury Trey Miguel. Love Trey. I've missed you. Exactly. I've missed you, Trey, and I love you, Trey. But I was hoping it would be something different. But I still love you. I still love you.
Yep, definitely hoping for something not Trey, but yeah, it's Trey. It's good to see him back.
Yes.
Honestly, I think now that he's back, what they need to do, I mean, obviously they're obviously putting him in a program with Order 4, or maybe that was just because it's sort of picking up where he left off. But honestly, they need to bump Casey Navarro back down the card and put Trey Miguel where he is right now. That's my humble take on it, but you know.
Hey, that is fair.
Yeah.
So, I mean, again, like I said, I was happy to see Trey.
Sure.
I've missed you, Trey, but I'm gonna wait to talk about Casey until we get him a little bit later. But Rich, BDE, and Trey beat Order 4, and it set some things up for a little bit later, at least for Trey on his part, which we would learn in a internet exclusive that he wants Agent Zero at Lockdown. I'm like, okay, why not? Alrighty, let's keep going though.
He wants Agent Zero at Lockdown, and anytime I hear a wrestler say like I want this, my brain immediately I know my millennial is showing when I say this. My brain defaults to the Austin Powers line. Well, I want to go play the toilet, but that's just not in the cards now, is it, baby?
Yeah. All right. Anyways, let's keep going, because I say this across the shows because I think it's funny to say and it's usually in a positive light, but this is literally the girls are fighting. Because Elena Black and Zaya Brookside get into a quasi brawl backstage after Zaya Brookside's horrible makeup job. And I was like, this is how we build it to Lockdown, I guess. All right, whatever.
Okay. You know what this reminded me of? Like from the makeup job all the way to how this segment ended.
Mm-hmm.
And I say this as derogatorily as I can.
Oh boy.
This was some Attitude Era shit.
100%. I was like, what are we doing?
This was Divas belt era. This was Butterfly belt era Divas shit.
Oh my gosh. I was like, this is how we're building into this match in Lockdown? Whatever.
Like
whatever, man.
What are you gonna do? We're not on the Raider team.
No, so the girls brawl, and they would continue to brawl during our next match too. But next up, we have our Knockouts Television Tournament semifinal match: Indy Hartwell versus M by Elegance. Because of the brawl between Elena and Zaya happening not Brookside. I said Brookside.
Happening at Brookside.
This allows M by Elegance to capitalize, and M by Elegance defeats Indy Hartwell to
I was
advance into the finals.
I was shocked about that. Not even gonna lie, like that could like we talked about this last week was the notion. I'm sitting here looking at the brackets and it's like, okay, yeah, it's pretty obvious that Indy Hartwell is going to win. You know, it's I understand, the need to, stretch it out for the sake of TV time and everything like that. But no, clearly not. Maybe this will be the downfall of the Elegance brand. I'd be okay with that. Like I said, it's like, especially where all of the heel factions are starting to feel real samey. It's would be a big boon, I think. Oop, hello, are you there? I think you're muted, bud.
Yep, sure did. Stupid technology. I'll just condense everything I said. Happy for M by Elegance. Should be interesting for the finals. But Zaya and Elena brawling at ringside sets up their match for Lockdown. Sure, fine, whatever. Moving on. Harley, I love you so much. Girlfriend, I love you so much. We got the whole package of her gut check and like pictures of her wrestling career. She is she is emotional about potentially losing her job next week. And I'm just like, TNA, this is some bullshit given everything of how much you've already be hemorrhaging. The fact that you are using a storyline where somebody can lose their job amongst all the talent that is being hemorrhaged because of some bullshit things that you are doing, and people are requesting to leave this company. I'm like, this is some bullshit.
And worse than that, put it this way: if this segment were narrated by, I don't know, Indy Hartwell, or if it was like if this was narrated by Indy Hartwell or Tasha Steeles or any of the more better represented knockouts in TNA, this would have been like, okay, it's meant to bring up, it's meant to sort of bring up the stakes, sort of raise the stakes and like, okay, they're in serious danger now, potentially, being out of here. Harley Hudson, love her to death. Should like, and I have never been disappointed with a match that I've seen her in. But let's be real, she's been the jobber to the stars for the last 2 years, at least. And maybe that's her paying her dues. And maybe she's finally paid her dues and or TNA doesn't have anybody else so that she can finally get her time in the spotlight and she will win this match.
I hope so, because I'm like,
yeah, seriously, because it's like either that or they're just building her up to let her go, like they've done so many frigging times already. Hell, that's what happened with Dani Luna. They build up Dani Luna and then she gets launched. It's clearly still not over that. Like
and you shouldn't be over it, honestly. You should not be over it. I'm just saying, I was like, this is Alicia Edwards she's facing next week. If she loses to Alicia, no shade. Love you, Alicia. But like, man, I don't know. TNA, this episode made me maybe annoyed at you. But we'll find out what happens with Miss Hudson's career next week. But yeah, let's keep going, because Moose.
Another rerun.
Why you keep? I was like, why you keep getting jumped backstage? Like, what is going on? Who keeps jumping you? Like,
Moose has mysteriously collapsed. Oh no, Moose has fainted. He's a Pokemon at this point. Oh no, he has fainted. And
so I'm like, boy. moving on. Moose, you keep getting jumped, bro. We gotta fix this.
Is it a medical thing? Like, are you like, do you need to check your blood sugar or something like that, bud?
Is it like one of those screaming goat things where you get startled and just whatever? Like...
Screaming moose. You know, you just kind of look at him and go, ah! And you're just like, oh my god. Yeah, no, that's
that's way funnier, and I actually would be more okay with that. I don't know, like
the scare moose.
So okay. And I don't want to dig too much deep into this, but from my logical point of brain, like, go ahead.
Also, the fact that he is lying like that. Now, I would like to point out, it's not how he's lying in that picture is not a natural way to lie. His neck is bored rigid.
Seriously.
Anyone else who ever like gets slumped over on their side like that, their head's gonna loll. Their head's gonna dip. Their head's gonna be slumped over too. You know, no, he's just like, nope, perfect posture, even when I'm unconscious. Like, buddy, like, either like
what? Yeah.
Do we need to get you a life alert? It's
hell, I've fallen and I can't get up.
Yeah, exactly. It's like,
anywho, so
okay, wait. Now I need that. So quick crossover plug, because I know Rev shows up on some of your channels and stuff like that. But
right.
Rev is starting a new worldwide wrestling campaign. It's actually starting this week. Session 0 is this Sunday.
Sure is.
And we've been joking, like, while we've been talking backstage about, and I'm going to be in it, and like we've been talking sort of in the backstage area about like what sort of funny like jokes or gimmicks or stuff like that like we could possibly run with this thing. Now I want someone to play a character whose entire gimmick is that they are a senior citizen and they come to the ring wearing a life alert, so that when they when they take like a spine buster or something like that, they just hit the life alert and have like EMSs come in to back them up.
Like, oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name, but like it's not exactly like this, but like right to censor or whatever, like,
yeah,
but with life alert people.
Although we were joking, we were talking about it, and I haven't been able to figure out a way to sort of build it into the character that I want to play. I haven't solidified my character. I don't like building characters in vacuums. Like, it's one of those things, like, I would rather sit down with the whole group and say, hey, this is what I'm playing. Let's try to build relationships and create this network of characters that we can all sort of play together and bounce off each other. But so I'm not doing that, and I'm not solidifying anything until session 0. But one idea that I've had, and I would love to work this into a character, is someone who has a signature weapon, hot sauce. Like, the idea of like the kind of spots that you could do with hot sauce as a foreign object. You chop someone in the chest and it makes them go, ah, and while their mouth is open, you dump the hot sauce in.
Listen, there's an actual independent wrestler that slats people with pizza dough, so why not?
Yeah, exactly. Or the other one of like, don't like, if you wanted to get really extreme, because obviously it wouldn't, like, for a wrestling show, it wouldn't really be hot sauce, but like it would be a red liquid in there made to look like it. You hit someone in the eyes with it, and it's like, oh god, like, yeah, then they're blind. The other funny spot you could do is someone uses the hot sauce and then forgets to wash their hands, and then like touches themselves in a sensitive area, and that starts the burning sensation. It's
gives a whole new meaning to Burning Man. Anyways, yep. So Moose, we got to figure this out. You are a 6-something big black dude who used to play football. Like, what are we doing? You need to hire security, get a friend, find something. But we keep going though.
Help! I've fallen and I can't get up.
Eddie Edwards and Casey Navarro, I was just like, I wonder how this is going to go. Insert what I said about Ricky Sosa and Brian Myers match from earlier in the show.
For what it's worth, Casey Navarro coming out like a house of fire at the start of this thing was kind of fun to watch.
It was. I appreciate
Credit where
that.
it's due. Other than that, pretty standard babyface versus system match.
Very true. Babyface gets some offense. System gets offense. Shenanigans in the form of a kendo stick this time. But oh, look at that. Babyface got friends. And Casey beats Edwards. And we get another lockdown match made. It's a mixed match. Mixed 4-on-4 match. And I was just like, okay.
No. It's wasn't it 5-on-5?
You know what? Hold up. TNA, let me look at this real quick. I have it in my notes somewhere. I should be looking at those more often.
Because I do remember Santino saying that he's bringing in Jada Stone to basically saying like, okay, you guys have a token girl. The other team needs a token girl. Jada Stone. Why not?
Be like, why not? Okay. So it is a 4-on. So my bad. It is a 4-on-4.
Oh, okay.
So it is the system, which is going to be Brian Myers, Bear Bronson, Edward Edwards, and Alicia Edwards taking on Casey Navarro, Ricky Sosa, Fabian Eichner, and Jada Stone.
Yeah. Okay.
By the way, this picture of this match graphic for this match, like on the babyface size, because Ricky Sosa is doing like his bang bang with his like fist in front, like making, pew pews.
Yeah.
Saying the other word will get us in trouble here on the internet, apparently. But the way that they photoshopped and put Ricky Sosa right in front of Fabian Eichner, it looks like he is grabbing this man's bald head. It is hilarious. I'm going to send you this picture right now. Hold up.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm just sitting here and I'm just like, okay, this match is being made. Sure, fine, whatever. We had to get there somewhere. So everybody on this roster is going to be getting something. Or majority of this roster will be getting something at this show. So we'll see how that all goes down. Predictions coming next Friday. So moving on though, because
it looks like
this sums up how I felt about this episode.
Oh yeah, no, I was laughing at the because I just got the picture of the 4-on-4 match, and it does, yeah, no, it's Ricky Sosa, like, not even, it's like massaging his head, it looks like he's like, nope, we're just gonna hold this and just sort of work all the kinks out. And Fabian Eichner is not having a good time with it because he is yelling.
It's not a fun kind of massage, and he wants Ricky to stop.
Yes. Anyways, yes, Allie, the struggle is real. We, like you, are also watching TNA.
So obviously this is continuing. Allie is continuing her search for Rosemary. The struggle is real is a phrase that Rosemary has used quite often in her career here in TNA and as a wrestler. So I don't know, man. Allie, we're going to need to, girl, you need to come up with a plan, because if Rosemary don't show up, it's going to be you and the Elegance brand girls in that cage match and you defending those tag titles on your own. But I sense something coming, and I hope it's epic. Will it be? I don't know. Probably not, but I hope so, because I love Rosemary. But we'll see.
Hey, there was, we will talk about the meeting that happened at a convention towards the end. The one that I sent you, and it's like, please let this be a thing.
Oh, okay. Will's going to talk about that at the end of the show. We're almost at the end though of this.
Yeah.
TNA World Championship match: Nick Nemeth versus Jeffrey Hardy.
This was another thing that felt like a rerun, but a rerun from WWE in 2007.
Very true. I mean, Nick Nemeth wins. I was like, are we surprised? Not really.
Yeah, like we knew that we knew how this one was going to end, because Okay, we know how this one is going to end, and we know how the Nemeths versus the Hardys is going to end, because putting all that gold on like one group like that is that's TNA basically just giving up. That's TNA broadcasting to everyone like, guys, we don't have anybody. There's nobody on our roster. We can't. There's no other place for us to put belts except for either keeping them on the people that already have them or putting too many belts on people that don't deserve them.
So Nick wins. Jeffrey did not. It's like you said, we see this match just a different time in a different place. Again, I felt like I was in the Twilight episode with this episode of TNA. But that's it. That was TNA. We got one more show before next week is the go home for lockdown. So it's like, okay. All right. But we're going to end the show with something different.
Yes.
I'm going to give it to Will to talk about this story.
So there was a video came across my feed the other day, and it was at some kind of wrestling convention or I don't know if it was specifically a wrestling convention, but it was a convention where a lot of wrestlers were at. Very specifically, it was a convention where the Hardys and the Righteous were at the convention with Dexter Lumis, Joe Gacy, Eric Rowan, and Bo Dallas. Basically, the Wyatt Six minus Nikki Cross. And it was basically the entire dialogue. Like, it wasn't even a dialogue. It was mostly a monologue from Matt Hardy to the former Wyatt Six, saying, like, basically thanking them for the work that they did and for, sort of continuing the legacy of Bray Wyatt, and saying, I hope we meet down the road. In fact, TNA would be a great place for you guys, I think. And it ended, kind of heartwarmingly, which of course was then broken up by, Ron Simmons in the background going, damn.
Ron Simmons.
Great dude. If you've never heard any of JBL's stories about driving through some of these backwoods, like, country towns with him, it's JBL, Ron Simmons, and Charles Wright, the Godfather, Papa Shango, whatever you want to call him, and he's the only white guy in the car in these ass backwards towns. The stories are hilarious. Like, and it betrays, it shines a light on JBL that I did not think applied to him. Like, of all the people in wrestling that I would immediately like sold up the river as a racist piece of shit, JBL was like maybe like he was in the top 5. But no, evidently he's a really cool dude. Anyway, but yes, Gods of Wrestling, if you are listening, which is to say, I invoke the names of the Iron Sheik and Terry Funk and who else would I consider a god of wrestling? There's got to be a third, because it's got to be a holy trinity. I'm going to say Iron Sheik, Terry Funk, and friggin' Roddy Piper. Okay. That's that I will consider that my holy trinity of wrestling, because you've got Terry Funk as the hardcore, Iron Sheik as the physical specimen, and Roddy Piper as the talker. Those are the 3 big elements of wrestling presented as a holy trinity. I invoke the gods of wrestling. Make that happen. Get the Wyatt Six, or however many are left. I obviously, if Nikki's busy doing the Progress thing, more power to. Was it Progress? Was that the one that she's a part of?
Yeah, her and her husband Big Damo are owners of now.
Yeah, so like more power. If she's too busy doing Progress, more power to her. I wish her all the success. But the remainder, get him over to TNA. you guys have already got some spooky shit going on. You've got Rosemary and Allie. You've got the Righteous. You've got, spooky country drifter Elijah. The deck is stacked for the Wyatt Six to show up in TNA. And it would be a giant shot in the arm. It would be a babyface faction to fight have a against the bad, the way too many bad guy factions you have right now. It's a perfect moment. You can do this. Please. Unless Carlos Silva is just doing what he always does and is just selling shit off until somebody can buy Anthem or whatever.
Whatever. As Steve Macklin put it, Carlos Silva, sit down in your cup chair.
Yeah.
Jeez Louise, it is insane. But yeah, Will and I will be back next Friday to talk about the go home edition of TNA before lockdown. We'll make predictions for lockdown, and then the following Friday in 2 weeks we'll be talking about lockdown. So
yeah,
yay.
Well, here's hoping it won't be as torturous as the 2020 lockdown.
Seriously. But that's going to be it. That's it for BC Wrestle Pod this week. Next week, we'll be back with our regular shows, of course, of AEW, NXT, CMLL, and TNA. But then Monday, we are also doing more international stuff. Me and my good friend Benny will be talking about New Japan's G1 Climax. And we're going to find out this Sunday who is going to be the winner of said tournament. And we'll see if Yota Tsuji, the current IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, gets to choose his opponent for the championship match, or one of the other three will win to face Yota down the line. So it's good graps around.
Hell yeah.
So, hell yeah. Also, off camera, I'm also going to blow Will's mind for the amount of names and people that Nikki Storm and Big Damo have gotten for the Progress Tour that they're going on in September.
Ooh, very nice.
For the next televised chapter for the rest of us plebs to watch at home. So it's a really fun lineup. And I was like, I wish we could go to the UK and watch some wrestling, but I digress. But from all of us here to you at home, remember, take care of yourself, love one another, stay iconic, and more importantly than anything, you always deserve to finish your story. We'll be back Friday to talk about the Go Home show at TNA and our lockdown predictions. But until then, sayonara, adios, and until next time, peace.